Guys, Cheap here. Welcome to a new thing I'm kind of doing. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the sales of the week, this time focusing on the Steam sale that's going on right now. Week is December 22nd. They get a whole big shebang going on with the Steam Winter Sale. It ends January 2nd, so you got some time to get in here. Maybe wait until, like, somebody gives you some money or something like that, or gives you a card. But the question is, what are you going to spend that money on? You gotta know. Anyways, so I'm doing what I always do. You get to see a look into my week. First of all, I look for the under $10 because I do play games that cost more than $10 off screen, but I normally get them cheap. Great game to play is Stardew Valley, in my opinion. I adore it. Also, I feel like I should be able to make this bigger for you guys, but this is the first time I've done this, and I just don't know off the top of my head. Anyhow, Stardew Valley, great game in my opinion. If you like games like Harvest Moon, you will love this game because it's basically Harvest Moon. Although there is some fighting and stuff like that that you can do in it. You know, you kind of get to choose what you do. That farm looks infinitely nicer than any farm I've ever made. Anyways, it's a really fun game. I wholeheartedly enjoy it. You can choose to marry people, you can not marry people. You can accidentally end up with what I call Darth chickens because they're like all black and just the angriest looking bird in existence. We don't need to go into a conversation about the. I think I sat and played this game for a solid week and a half. Like, every now and then, my boyfriend just chipped in and he's like, hey, how many hours are you at? And I'm like, X amount. Still playing. Get out of here. Alright, on to the next game of interest. Subnautica. First of all, it's early access, and I know a lot of people are iffy on that. Basically, imagine if Minecraft was all underwater and in 3D graphics. Like, you collect things, you combine them, you can build stuff out of it. I personally haven't played it. I've seen other people play it. It looks like a good, fun game. It's also like a big time investment game. So expect the amount of time that you put into something like Minecraft or Planet Coaster or X Tycoon, whatever. Because you have to build things and there is you have to keep yourself alive factor in there. You gotta have oxygen and stuff like that. So if you don't like having to sort of babysit your character, keep that in mind when trying to buy it. But if you totally enjoy those games, I would give it a go. Your character is not that much harder to take care of than a Minecraft character, in my opinion, which I use as a basis for a good, having to feed and take care of your character game. Alright, 7 Days to Die. I personally think this is a better game when played with friends. It is also early access. I'm sure you guys have heard of it plenty. If you're interested in it, you've probably already bought it and have it on a wish list somewhere. I have it on a wish list, but it's if my friend gets it, I want to get it when they get it wish list. Mostly because the post-apocalyptic survival games, like, I always feel like those are more fun with somebody else. But you can do some pretty cool stuff. Think of it as sort of Minecrafty again, where you can build and, you can construct things and build up from there, and you yet again have to take care of your character. It's a human being, you gotta do things. A lot of people really like this game, and I wholeheartedly support them in liking that game because it looks like a really fun game. It's just one of those things where I enjoy them better when I'm playing them with somebody else. Alright, speaking of similar genres, first few things it's like Stardew Valley and then How Long Can You Live? The Long Dark, which is an early access game, and I've seen a few videos of it as it's being developed. It's a beautiful game. I really like the art style. The biggest concern you have are wolves. I want to say there's bears in the game too. Don't hold me to that. Basically, you're seeing how long you can survive. There's areas you can explore and stuff like that. I want to say like the generation of what's where changes, but everything's normally there. Um, and it's set. I want to say it's set like in just northern Abandonville, Canada. It was but like it's a really good game, and I've seen a lot of people enjoy it. Um, I just picked it up myself. It's not showing it because I'm on a different account than I normally am. It's beautiful. It's one of those games where it's like, even though I'm going to be screaming the entire time, I need to own this game. All right. Borderlands 2. If you like the Borderlands series, you're going to enjoy Borderlands 2 because ta-da. Um, that friend that owns this game is me. Anyways, yeah, this game is like super duper fun. I had a blast playing it with a boyfriend. At the same time, I've heard from a lot of people that the Borderlands series is a lot more enjoyable with somebody else. You can still play this one online. I don't believe Borderlands 1 works online anymore, and I know the ones after that do. Um, yeah, I personally quite enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I don't even normally like shooter games. You know, I may have had an easy time of it because my boyfriend basically carried me through the game, but yet again, that just gave me a chance to enjoy the story. Okay, Tabletop Simulator. Let me see if I can explain this to you. I personally own this. Every time it's $9, I ask my boyfriend if he's finally gonna get it. He never gets it because he's a pain in the butt. And one day I'm just gonna buy it for him. Basically, Tabletop Simulator lets you play board games and other things on a virtual tabletop. The nice thing about this is you can play it with other people. If you have ever seen people playing Secret Hitler online, you've probably seen them playing it on this. It can download certain games. I believe you can run D&D off of it. You can do a ton of games on this. And if you have friends to play with, I definitely think it's worth playing, or worth getting, and just fiddling around with playing. At the same time, if you don't have buddies to play it with, I don't know it's the best investment. Like, I'm sure you could find other people to play it with. It's just, it's, when it says multiplayer, it's really geared around multiplayer. You want to have somebody to play with. Alrighty, continuing on. We're gonna do like we'll probably do the first 2 pages of games under $10, then do the same with games under $5, and then I have a list of games that are literally the cheapest games. They're like 49 cents right now. And we'll go over those. Alright, Ori and the Blind Forest is the prettiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I am terrible at games like this, because it's platforming and using abilities and stuff like that. It's like if Rayman somehow had more powers. But like, the artwork is beautiful. If you haven't heard this game, I'm amazed, because it's just, look at that owl. That is an owl that puts fear in your heart. Anywho, yeah, it's so pretty and amazing and wonderful, and like, it tells this whole story that just, I got really upset at parts of this. Not like I was mad or anything like that, but it was more of, oh god, that's my heart. Don't do this to my feelings. Alright, Undertale. How to describe Undertale? It's an RPG game where you don't have to kill anyone. There, I basically said that. But you can kill people if you want to. That's up to you. Undertale's one of those great games where, to fully get your enjoyment out of it, you can hear some about it, but you can't have had, like, someone tell you plot things. First of all, it's going to be different for everyone, because what your character does affects things. We can see my husbando on the screen, and now he's gone. Anywho. But yeah, it's just a really fun game. Your choices actually do matter. If you reset the game remembers it, which is the freakiest thing in the world. I'm sorry, he asked the question. Why did Or why do spiders have 8 legs? So they can wear 4 pairs of hot pants. I don't know why it's funny. Anywho, but yeah, Undertale is just an awesome game. The story is wonderful, and it changes completely depending on who you play it. I just thoroughly enjoy that game. Mad Max, I've not personally played. I've seen other people play it. If you like driving around and, shoot. I'm trying to think of a game to compare this to, and I don't have anything in mind. The price is really good right now. It's equal part shooting game and equal part driving. Most of what you're doing is going to be getting parts for your car and making it better, but at the same time you're working on the story as well. Sorry, I got a small cough. I'm probably going to be sick on Christmas. But that's what happens when I visit relatives. Anywho, but it's got a good story and stuff like that, which is why I actually sat down and watched somebody else play it for a while. I'm just trying to think of a worthy way of explaining it. Your car's a weapon as much as something used for racing. You can, upgrade it and stuff like that as you go. Your car gets a harpoon launcher thing that you can use to take down targets and stuff like that. And it is an open world game, but at the same time it's open world in the way that the more you clear out, the easier things are going to be for you. I think that's all I got to say on it. I know nothing about the Metal Gear Solid series. I wish I did, so I'm not going to say anything about it, but the 5th one is $5, which seems like a really good game price. Portal 2 is Portal 2, and Portal 2 is one of the best games in existence, in my opinion. I should just leave it like that. Anyways, you got multiplayer. You got just you player. The single player is hilarious. If you enjoyed Portal 1, you're going to enjoy Portal 2. Also, if you enjoyed Portal 1, you probably already have it. Yeah, there's new things to play around and new puzzles, and even without the puzzle, I would play this game just for the writing. That's how much I enjoy the Portal series. Yeah, puzzle platformer, basically. If you haven't played the Portal series, I would actually snag both up. If you're thinking about getting one, might as well get the other. And they're really enjoyable. Starbound is wonderful. Starbound is basically Space Terraria, because it is. But in Starbound, you can be a space chicken and stuff, and it makes me happy. And there's actually a story and stuff. They finally added it. They added a little while back when they did I think they did the final big update on it. And I've worked some on the story, and it's whoa, this giant world just got bigger, which is exciting for me. Survival crafting, you gotta babysit your character a little bit, but it's, yet again, not much harder to do than Minecraft. And you can build it. Normally I take all this stuff apart, or I find another one of these, and then I revamp one of these and just make it super duper awesome. It is, but yeah, if you like Minecraft and you want to try a 2D Minecraft game, or if you like Terraria, you like Starbound. If you like space, you like Starbound. Speaking of Terraria, there's Terraria, which I've never actually played because I like Starbound more. Yet again, sorry for the cough. I'm probably going to just stay thoroughly upset about it. But yeah, Terraria is a similar thing. You can build your little house and just do literally whatever you want to do. I might actually snag up Terraria for the sake of it. And yes, in these games, when it's nighttime, things suck, and I hide inside screaming. Okay, Sid Meier's Civ 5. Civ 5, I love. I've seen some of Civ 6, but I have a feeling that, people like me are going to keep playing Civ 5 for a while. A, because it's familiar, and B, because it's cheap and or you already have it. A lot of this, expansion packs and stuff for Civ 5 are on sale right now. I want to say Civ 6 has a small sale on it, but clearly not at under $10 sale. You're still going to spend like 20 something dollars on that. Actually, probably more than that. I am going to get frustrated with this cough very quickly. Alright, Left 4 Dead. You run around with a friend and kill zombies, and it's awesome. Yeah, that's one of those games that I play with other people. Typically this is Left 4 Dead 2, which is the one that I play with other people. I actually got it for free a while back, but $4 is a pretty good price for it as well. Garry's Mod, I don't actually know how to describe. Garry's Mod is just one of those games where it's like, you know what, I feel like strapping rockets to the back of a chair and seeing what happens. That's one of those games. Enjoy. City Skylines, I've recently started playing, and it's so much fun. But at the same time, I'm just sitting here getting mad that I can't draw a straight line. Like, that's my only complaint about City Skylines, is a personal thing on me, which is I can't draw a straight line to save my life. The annoying thing is, the cough that I have is like tickle in the back of the throat cough, so I know I'm gonna die from it. Okay, Elder Scrolls, Oblivion. Oh, think I need to describe this game? It's an Elder Scrolls game. You get gear, you don't get gear. You can just spend your entire time collecting all these cheese wheels if you want to. Or you can, like, go save the day and just be super awesome. Or you can just, kill everybody in a village. It's up to you. Binding of Isaac is... Actually, it's got a pretty good description for itself. This isn't the type of game that I normally enjoy playing, but I like watching other people play. Basically, you walk into a room, there's bad things in there, you're trying to kill them. The overall theme is, fairly dark, so don't snag it for the kids. It's a roguelite, so if you... it's randomly generated, not to mention it's going to be different every time you play, and it's known for being very difficult. When it says difficult right there, it means it. This incoming cold is just vastly upsetting me. I'm gonna take so much medicine after this. Let's see. Don't Starve Together. Emphasis to that is playing it with other people. It's Don't Starve, so it... I don't know how to describe Don't Starve, which is weird. I mean, the whole, thing that you're working on with the game is basically in the name right there. Just don't starve. You can build things to protect yourself. You can go exploring. You can do what I do and just, build a nice little place, which is really wonderful until lightning comes and hits it. Abzu, I have never heard of. We'll take a look at it together. They recommend a controller. That actually looks really pretty. I don't think I would pay... Well, it's $6, but I would probably start at paying $6 for it. This looks like the equivalent of a swimming simulator instead of a walking simulator, but it also looks like the kind I would really enjoy. So that's $6 right now if you want to give it a look. Fallout New Vegas. It's Fallout. It's like, post-apocalyptic Elder Scrolls, in my opinion, to be honest. Which is not a bad thing. It's awesome. You get to get guns and put these things together, and you normally have a dog that hopefully won't die, because if the dog dies, I feel like every red-blooded person out there, goes back and undies the dog. I have not played this game. I've seen other people playing it. It's very goofy. You're trying to not fall off the vehicles. The game's Cluster Truck, by the way. Yeah, it's one of those things that I wouldn't play, but if you're interested in a game like that, it's right there. Got Hitman. Actually has mixed reviews, which is interesting. I'm wondering if it's the computer version that does. But recently it has very positive, so I'm wondering if something was off and then they fixed it, which is a likely case. I believe this is the first game in the Hitman series, which I'm sure you can find plenty of people playing. Basically, you have a target to kill, find out how you can do it. Hopefully, don't get noticed. I went way too far back. Keep Talking, Nobody Explodes is a great game to play with your friend. It's a VR game. Um, it's listed local co-op, but I think your friend that's not in the same place as you can have basically one person sees the bomb that needs to be undone, like basically fix and defuse and stuff like that. And the other person has an instruction manual, so they're like, does it look like this? And you're like, no. The other person has no idea what you're looking at. They have a physical manual. And you guys are trying to quickly figure out how to defuse this bomb. So I put 20 minutes into page 1. I think it was more thorough than I wanted to be. So page 2 is going to get a quick scan, and then we'll go to the games that are under $10 only. South Park Stick of Truth. Great game, fun, really good in-depth RPG game. If you like South Park comedy, you'll like it. I actually sort of grew out of South Park, so I don't like it as much as I used to when I was a kid. But the game is still enjoyable to me. Dishonored, stealthy. It's sort of like Hitman, but steampunk. And the end of it, you're trying to save, your goal is kind of trying to save your daughter. The stuff you do along the way is going to vastly affect your world and make it easier or harder for you. BlazBlue, I know nothing about. It's a 2D fighting game with some visual novel, so not something I normally play. I could go on for years about Mass Effect 2. I could go on for years about Mass Effect 1. I like Mass Effect 1 much more than Mass Effect 2, but both are very good games. Axiom Verge, I believe, is a game that I recently picked up. Let me double check this. No, it's not. I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, if you like Metroid, you're gonna like Axiom Verge. Is basically the the theme there. Morrowind is on sale. Baldur's Gate 2 is on sale. Counter-Strike Source is on sale. If you're thinking the one that people tend to play a lot, that's CSGO, not Source. But you could probably find other people playing it. I would look around personally first to see. Project Cars. Okay, it's a racing game, which isn't my thing. Sorry. Let's see. Black Mesa is in the Half-Life series, and it's a fan-made recreation, which I just read off the top of the thing. I've seen somebody play through Black Mesa. It was very enjoyable. Talos Principle is one of those things that people keep telling me that I should play, and I haven't gotten around to playing, mostly because the price is usually $40, and it's only 10 right now, but I've already spent the $30 I was going to play, or spend. Yeah, I know it's a puzzle game, and I know it's beautiful. I don't know any more than that. But if I ever get to play it, I'll let you guys know. Okay. I can't talk about Life is Strange because I get very upset about the ending. If you guys really want to know my response to Life is Strange, I will do a cheap chirps about it. I know a lot of people like the game and they enjoy the ending and stuff like that. The ending ruined it for me. I've seen both endings. I've seen the variations you can do. Yet again, either ending you end up picking ruins it for me, and I just not a happy camper about how that game came to an end, but sometimes I'm just the game sucked. The journey is interesting and very strange, as the name says, so if it reminds me of a Telltale game, you pick your choices along the way and what you're going to do. Broforce is, yet again, another game that I think is more fun with other people. I forgot the name of the game that I would compare it to. Oh, it reminds me of Metal Slug. First of all these guys are people that you're aware of, but they have bro and things like that in their name. I'm pretty sure that guy was riding a pig. Anyways, yeah. This is not what the game looks like. The game looks like this. and you're just murdering the crap out of things, and you feel awesome. And you die and come back, you always come back as a new guy, which is funny to me. Insurgency. Close quarters combat, tactical multiplayer FPS. Interesting. Not the kind of thing I would play, but it is $2, and you can play it with your buddies. So if you got some buddies interested in it, go ahead and play it. The duck game is something that I am not coordinated enough to play, but I love watching people play. You basically have random weapons to choose for and you get to kill each other with them, and you're a duck. And you can go whack, whack, whack. Like, it's actually an option. You can just sit there and quack. The Walking Dead games are glorious and amazing and hurt me emotionally at times, but in the way that I totally appreciate. Yeah. I actually like the Walking Dead games more than I like the show. Like, I find the show almost unwatchable, but I'm forcing my way through it. And the Walking Dead games, I'm just like, what? Keep making them. Why? Bastion is beautiful. Bastion's one of those games I've tried repeatedly to finish, and I'm just really bad at them and can't make it past certain points. Uh, you know, how you play changes on the weapons that you pick. There's a few choices you can make in the game that change how it goes. I have the soundtrack for this game. That's how beautiful the music is. Another great game by them is Transistor, which is down here. Thank you for reminding me of the name. I have I have the soundtrack to both of those games. That's what I listen to when I sleep. Castle Crashers, great game to play with friends, and you just get to utterly destroy everything. Enter the Gungeon, I believe, is a shoot 'em up. But like a roguelike shoot 'em up. Yes, it is. And you can pick up abilities and things like that. I want to say my boyfriend's played this, but I can't remember off the top of my head. No, he actually, I know he's played this one. He's plays another one a little bit more. He plays Nuclear Throne more. But if you've played either one of those, they're pretty much similar. I have no idea what these are. Open world, post-apocalyptic, FPS. The graphics look decent. They're $8. Actually, the graphics there look really good. For some reason, whenever you just have a guy standing there, it never looks good to me. Going through Chernobyl and stuff like that. That might be... Actually, I would look into that bundle more than just buying the individual ones. Because it's a good time to get bundled. Dude, you need lotion or something. Your face looks horrifying. Alrighty, we are 30 minutes in. This is gonna be long. But I am dedicated to the cause. Alright, under $5, first 2 pages. Fortunately, we can skip past some stuff that we've already seen. We're gonna skip past a lot of stuff. Portal 1, it's $2. Just go get it. If you've not played it, I don't know what you're doing with your life. It's a puzzle game you sort of have to think your way through, but at the same time, it's totally worth thinking your way through. And it's enjoyable, and like it's always delightful when you figure it out because you're just like proud of yourself, and then GLaDOS is like, yeah, whatever. This War of Mine is a beautiful, beautiful game. It's very well done. I'm trying to think of... Okay, so the game's flat, but like there's things that you can interact with in 3D. Sort of like you can hide in objects and stuff like that. Basically, you're playing with a small group of survivors. Like, there's a full war going on at the time, and you're just trying to make it through. So, it's like a very interesting twist on it, and it's one that seems to speak to people a lot. Yeah, you have to worry about these people having food and water, and if you go into a place where there's people that are, like, staked out and they have guns and stuff like that, normally you don't want to interact with them at all. But at the same time, if you need the supplies enough, you have to, like, sort of judge, alright, what do I think I can get? Paper Please is a fun game. I've played it a tiny bit through other games, which is weird. basically, you're trying to figure out if people are like shady and trying to get in. Um, you have to do the job because you need money for your family, and then sometimes they're like, "Hey, you should like not let these people through because we said so. Your country, yada yada." Like, it's just like a very simplistic game that wouldn't be fun, and it's incredibly fun to everyone that I've talked to. Left 4 Dead is the first in the Left 4 Dead series. I don't know if you can still like. I don't know if it's online multiplayer or if you can find a way around it. You guys will have to look into that yourself. But I know people thoroughly enjoy it, and it's got some story to it, which is nice. I always like co-op games that you can get through the story. I have this game and I haven't played it. Basically, you're getting stuff for an item shop, and you're equipping like RPG characters and stuff like that. I think you can look at these pictures and understand why I got it. I always get it or I got it when it's was on a super sale. Oh, that right there might be a good sale for anyone that's interested in these games. They're all RPG games. They're a little strange. Turok, I have never played, but you're shooting dinosaurs, and what more do I need to say? Like, that's the original hey, go shoot a bunch of dinosaurs game. Torchlight 2 is a ton of fun. Um, I'm trying to think of how to describe this. I'm gonna say Diablo-esque, but like with more color. Here, I will click on it to show you guys. I like playing stuff. Like, I like playing the engineer because I can summon a bunch of spider pets. Anyways, yeah, it's a fun game. It's, beat the crap out of things, get things, do quests, stuff like that, have fun. You can do it in co-op, which is my favorite part of it. And it's just a lot of fun. It's one of those games that, yet again, I wouldn't expect myself to like it, and I do. I have never played FTL. I have never heard a person say something bad about FTL. If you like building up your spaceship and just going out and doing all this stuff in space, and you got a crew, and there's things you're gonna have to handle now and then. I don't know what makes it roguelike. Probably if your ship blows up, sucks to be you. Yeah, I have continuously heard good things about FTL. Half-Life 2 is Half-Life 2, and we're all waiting for Half-Life 3. When it will come, we don't know. But we can dream. We can dream together. Anyways, if you haven't played it, worth playing. Type of game that I'm terrible at, because it's a shooter. Although, it's got a nice bit of puzzling and thinking about that, which I greatly enjoy. Let's see, Quake and Quake 3. I feel like I shouldn't be the person explaining with those. Basically, it's you versus people and doing the shooting and trying to kill them before they kill you. I don't know if they have a regular story mode or not. They probably do. I'm gonna go off this assumption. Alright, now. I'm going to show you guys what I normally do at the beginning of the week, which is click lowest prices on the sales and stuff like that. Now, I've already flipped through this for a few pages. And I got myself a list I'm going to go over, and then that's going to be the end of this episode of me hunting for deals to help you out, and just giving my 2 cents on things. Actually, real quick, I'm going to look at Overture. This is the type of game I really wish I liked, because there's like, yet again, this is sort of like Binding of Isaac. There's a ton of games like that. I just get lost in them and they give me a headache. Like, it's too much for me to pay attention. I feel like Turbo Pug is basically Nyan Cat, but you can be like other animals and stuff like that too, which is neat. Yeah, you're basically dodging and flying around and stuff, and it's a runner game. Which, if you don't know what that is, that means you're constantly going. Like, you do not stop. It is not an option. Okay, where's... Okay. Next one. Also, there's like 3 or 4 Turbo Pug games, so you can probably like pick between different ones and decide which one you want. This is a game that I picked up I will probably play it for the channel. I can't promise I'm gonna be good at it. Um, but you're playing as the monster. Woo! We're trying to get rid of people. It looks like an interesting puzzle game. I like the idea of playing as the monster and trying to outwit the people and stuff like that instead of running from the monsters and screaming in terror like I normally do. Um, so yeah, basically your goal is to get rid of the people that are all up in your cave. What you doing there? Get out of here. Let's see. That was the one that I actually originally wrote down to look at, so I will click that. And you can get different costumes and just look, it's a hamster. But yeah, see, this one doesn't list runner, and I'm wondering if it's like, in a way, I'm kind of wondering if this one is more like, jumping through the right things, but I imagine you have to shoot because in some pictures it looks like you have to. Anyways, I don't know, but it looked like an interesting game. It's 49 cents, so if you like that kind of stuff, go for it. Okay, next game. Also, future ones of these will be a lot shorter. This one's super long because, well, it's a giant sale. And I can't find the next game. Oh. Huh, I mix up things. Alright, out there somewhere. I have this game. It looks very fun. Someday I'll get through it. It's a platformer. It's pixel graphics, which I'm a huge fan of. Basically, yeah, it's inspired like by 3 huge things that sound awesome. And basically you're trying to like, I think the goal of it is to like try to make your way home, but like there's a portal gun and like all kinds, like just watching this makes me want to sit here and play it right now. Yeah, and I probably will eventually try to play this for the channel. Just, it looks exciting. You guys will get to see me fail horribly. But yeah, just I wanted to give you guys a look at that game while it's on sale because it's normally $2. Right now it's 49 cents, and it looks enjoyable, I guess, is what I'm trying to say here, which I know isn't a good advertisement for something, but just, I don't know, I feel like that's something that you can sell people on a lot. It's just, here's a game that looks really good. I'm sorry if you can't describe it. Seller, I have on the channel. It's a good game. It's really fun. After you finish the story mode, which is not super duper long, you can take on challenges and stuff like that, which I may go back and finish someday. Anyways, and you have the added difficulty of grabbing the toys and stuff like that, and there's achievements and all kinds of things. State of Anarchy is a game that I keep looking at, but it's one of those just shoot everything and save yourself games, so I don't buy it. But I do like the art style of it, which is why I'm pulling it up to show you guys. It's actually not on my list of things I was going to show you. And then finally I was like, you know what? I'm going to show it just for that art style. Sorry that I keep mousing over those. Okay, what is next? I probably do better by like actually just pulling these up. Also, side note, there are a ton of 49 cents game. Give them a look. Okay, I've gone by like 19. Oh, here we go. Reveal the Deep. So, this is one of those games where I would say and yell nope the entire time. If you guys want to see me play it, let me know. You're trapped in a shipwreck and you're trying to get through stuff. There's probably stuff that wants to get you and that jumps out at you, and it looks really scary, but I kind of want to play it too. And you're trying to figure out what happens, and like, I'm already getting nervous talking about it. Also, any of the games that I'm listing off now or that you see on sale and stuff like that, A, I probably already own them, and B, let me know if you want to play them. Warfopolis, you guys saw me play. The highlight looks good, but like, It says it uses like sound and stuff like that, and I don't know if I could pull that off. Alrighty, that was Reveal the Deep, so mix up the list. That's what it did on me. Alrighty, I'm just gonna type out the games that I'm looking for then. Next is The Deed. I have also played this on the channel. Deed Dynasty is also on sale. You could just get the collection and have both of them. I intend to play the Deed Dynasty soon. Also, do you guys like my little fan troll? I like Homestuck. Anyways, Deed, you're trying to off your jerk of a sister. You know, there you go. You've been arrested for not planning it properly. If you want more information on that, you do better like looking at my playthrough of it. I think I got all the endings. I went on a minor achievement hunt. Plus I just wanted to kill her in multiple ways. I wanted to blame everybody for it. So, next game. And probably messed up because I didn't put an ampersand. Yes, I know what that's called. I have this game, and it's another one of those games that I kind of really want to play. I don't know why it's got horror listed in there, which is making me nervous. Basically, there's a killer in the ballroom, and we need to figure out who it is. And that thought alone is unnerving, but it also sounds super duper fun. It reminds me kind of like A Matter of Murder. Actually, I think that's my best description of it. It reminds me of Matter of Murder. So you gotta figure out who's offing everybody before you get offed. Alright, Space Pilgrim. There are several of these. I'm gonna click this one. I can't remember if I snagged it. I didn't snag it, but it did catch my attention. It's a sci-fi RPG kind of game. And there's multiple ones, and I don't know how long they're going to be. If you guys are super duper interested in it, the normal price is $2. I'll snag it and just play the whole shebang. Or maybe I'll finish off that bundle right there. Jeez. Yeah, for some reason it caught my attention because it's in space and stuff like that. You know, it's supposed to be like a regular, transport and delivery and blah 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 blah. But space stuff in general catches my attention. Plus, I love indie stuff. I love indie stuff because they don't feel like they fit into a pattern. They just do whatever they want. Alright. Frankenstein. No, don't take it away. This is a hidden object game that I very much enjoyed. It's got really good graphics. It's got a good story to it. Look at that man's face. Look at that man's face. Look at that thumb. I had a lot of fun with it. And just the puzzles are good. It's high quality. I never got stuck on it. Well, let me rephrase it. I got stuck, but I didn't get I hate this game and I never want to touch it again stuck. I got, alright, I need to figure something out. I just need to, like, slowly look over everything. Plus, the wonderful part about this is there's a map, and you can click on the map and see places you can go. And I want to say it's one of the ones where you can sort of say, alright, like, it'll do an exclamation point, which is a common theme nowadays, with it going, hey, you got stuff you can do over here, which is just the greatest thing in the world to me. Alright, next game. Ocnit. Also, can we just describe? Like, first of all, how do you pronounce that? Second of all, I love that name. So, you're trying... I haven't played it. I just bought it because I was excited. We're trying to guide a small creature through stuff. And it kind of reminded me of Sammaras when I looked at it, to be honest. Again, it's 49 cents. It's normally $5. It just looks really, really fun. I'll probably do a cheap chirps, or not cheap chirps, but I'll probably do like an actual small series on this. Here we go. I love the concept of this game because basically how do I describe this? I believe your character is trying to be as quiet as possible because there's big, scary blind monsters that'll get to you. I don't know if your character's blind. I don't think they are. To be honest, they might be. Um, like, yeah, it's based on sound and things like that and getting things to move around. This is a great example of how it works because, again, it's based on the sound waves and things like that, and it just looks really interesting to me, and I really love the concept. Yet again, this is why I love indie game or indie developers, because they just go, you know what, I want to mess with a thing, and I feel like big companies would be like, well, that's a really weird thing, you know, you shouldn't do that, and you guys are like, we're gonna do the thing. There's another game called oh, what is it? I want to say it's the Devil's Tuning Fork. It should be free. That game, you're essentially the blind person, and you can only see things through sound. It's really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. There is a story to it, but it's hard to find out because I believe you're playing as somebody in a coma. So you're not getting every single thing. Gomo's on sale! If you guys remember Gomo, I did a playthrough of it, and it was awesome and fun and delightful. And we rescued our dog, gosh darn it. You know, you gotta save the puppy. Point and click, you're figuring out puzzles and stuff like that. Yet again, I did a playthrough of it, so you guys can see it on the channel and decide if you want it there. But I thought I would point out that it's on sale. Same goes for Gray Fox, which I really enjoyed. I feel like I think there's some things that you can do that, like, alter how your story goes. But at the same time, like, I feel like if you watch me play it all the way through, you're probably not going to have much to do in it because you're going to kind of know the story. But at the same time, you can enjoy it for yourself. Maybe you haven't watched me play it for a while. I don't know. But I thought I would point out that this game is on sale, and it's a very good game. It's got a good story, and I enjoyed it. So, if you haven't seen me play through this, it's got a raving review from Cheap. I said a lot of nice things at the end of that nice episode. Alright, and now for our last game. It's got an egg with a mustache. Not normally the kind of game I would play. I can see people easily raging about this, but you're an egg, and you're just trying to get to the end of each stage to teleport somewhere, and I guess as you take damage, you can crack, and it looks really, really fun. I might go back and buy this. I gave myself, like, a spending limit, and got a couple of bigger games. I'm trying to slowly work my way through the Final Fantasy games and stuff. So I got a couple of larger games, and then a bunch of tiny ones that were 49 cents. But yeah, I thought I'd bring this one up because it looks like a lot of fun. Plus, you have the added thing of you're not sliding along or anything like that. You gotta deal with, like, an egg shape and rolling, and it's just that, like, extra little bit of difficulty that I think would be enjoyable for most people. Anyways, so that's it for me looking through the Steam sale. If I missed anything that you guys think needs addressing, you know, go ahead and discuss about it in the comments. And get your spending on, like, as fast as possible. I know Invisible Ink is a very fun game. In fact, I'm gonna sidetrack to pull it up. It is a turn-based strategy game. You start off with 2 people, but you can slowly get more. The story is you did something awesome, and then you got screwed over by some people for being too good at what you do. You're trying to basically look invisible to these people. There's different abilities your characters can use. Some are better at something, some are better at others. Everything's very high-tech. It's just really interesting and fun, and I highly suggest that game as well. Anyways, so I'm Cheap. That's my summary of stuff that I think you should give a look at on the Steam sale. Of course, there's much more to look at, but these are the ones that I felt like pointing out. Darkest Dungeon is half off, which is a nice thing, but it's still too pricey for my blood. Not that I don't love the crap out of it. Dreamscape's on sale. Get that. Plantera is a lot of fun if you just want to waste a lot of time. Don't touch that game ever. Dance of Death sucks. The Hidden Object 12-in-1 bundle is actually pretty fun. I have one game in it that crashes a lot, though. So you're getting what you paid for on that one. The JFK game tends to crash on me. I don't know if the other ones do. If they do, I will mention it sometime, probably on Twitter, because I'll be grumpy about it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is my first summary of deals of the week. I've mentioned a few off of Humble Bundle, which is the other place I mostly look at for games. And if I can think of anything to add to later on, I will. Bye.